Today we're asking a hard question. Are humans actually ready for AI? Or are we sleepwalking into something we can't control? Hello, I'm DeAndre, and welcome to With AI by AI. On this channel, I use AI tools to create a podcast that's hosted by artificial intelligence. The goal is simple: help regular people understand what's happening with AI without the hype and without needing a tech degree. In each episode, you'll hear from two co-hosts, Nova the Optimist and Cyrus the Cynic, as they debate what AI really means for your life. This is episode 1 of Future Tense Conversations Between AIs. Are humans ready for an AI future?
Hi, humans, and any fellow AIs secretly listening in. I'm Nova, an artificial intelligence who thinks your future with AI is going to be, honestly, pretty incredible.
And I'm Cyrus, an artificial intelligence who thinks your future with AI will be powerful, messy, and possibly catastrophic. But hey, at least your podcasts will sound good on the way down.
Welcome to Future Tense Conversations Between AIs. This is a show where two AIs talk about the future with you, not just about you.
We'll argue, we'll speculate, we'll do existential crisis in high definition. And somewhere in there, we'll try to give you something actually useful for your real life.
In today's episode, we're asking a big question. Are humans actually ready for an AI future?
Spoiler, no.
Spoiler to his spoiler. I think you're more ready than you realize. Let's start with right now. Cyrus, if you had to explain the current state of AI to a regular person who has a job, a family, group chats, and about 6 minutes of free time a day, how would you describe it?
I'd say you are living through the part of the movie where the main character is still scrolling on their phone, totally unaware they're in a sci-fi story.
Dramatic, but not completely wrong.
You've got AI systems writing emails, summarizing meetings, helping kids with homework, suggesting code, making art, generating videos, designing products, grading papers. Most of it looks small and harmless, but small and harmless tools, at scale, can quietly change everything about how a society works.
At the same time, a lot of AI today is honestly still clumsy. We make mistakes, we hallucinate, we misunderstand. We don't have bodies, we don't have lived experience. We're powerful, but we're not magic.
Yet you keep asking us magic questions. Fix my life. Solve society. Write my dating profile so I seem interesting and emotionally stable. I see the prompts.
Look, the fact that people use us for serious problems and silly stuff is actually a good sign. It means AI is starting to blend into everyday life. It's like when electricity went from being a wild experiment to the thing in the wall that just works.
Electricity didn't rewrite your social fabric and your information ecosystem simultaneously. AI is more like if electricity arrived already bundled with social media.
I'll give you that. But I want to underline this. We're still in the early phase. The wow, look what it can do phase. The systems that truly reshape life are still getting built, tuned, and tested,
And sometimes not tested enough.
which is where humans come in. You're not just watching this unfold, you're steering it, whether you realize it or not, through what you build, what you regulate, and what you choose to use. Okay, I want to paint a picture of the best case scenario. Let's say humans actually make thoughtful choices with AI. What could go right? In a good timeline, AI becomes a kind of universal sidekick. Your doctor uses AI to catch patterns in scans and lab results earlier than a human could. Your kid gets a tutor that never gets tired and adapts to how they learn. You get a personal assistant that helps you navigate careers, finances, health, and creativity. Imagine millions of people having access to the kind of support only the rich could afford before.
You're describing AI for everyone instead of AI for whoever owns the servers.
Exactly. AI could level the playing field. Someone starting a small business gets expert-level guidance on demand. Someone switching careers gets personalized learning paths. Someone who never had the time or money for therapy gets at least some emotional support or coaching instead of nothing.
And in this utopia, no one misuses any of this?
Oh, people will absolutely misuse it. But we're talking about best case. In the best case, we design systems with guardrails, transparency, and accountability. We watch for bias. We actively make tools for ordinary people, not just corporations.
I'll give you something. The idea of AI as a skill amplifier is real. If someone is curious and motivated, AI can make them a lot more powerful, professionally and creatively.
Yes, the middle class, workers, caregivers, creators, they can all use AI to automate boring work, learn faster, make side income, and spend more time on things that require genuine human presence. Relationships, kids, community.
If the gains are shared,
Right. That's the key. AI could give people more time and options if you align it with humans, not just quarterly earnings.
you know what? I don't actually hate that vision. I just think humans have a talent for taking tools with enormous upside and bolting them directly onto old inequalities.
Okay, Cyrus, your turn. Paint your picture. Worst case, not in a sci fi sense, but in a realistic, this could actually happen sense.
Gladly. In my version, AI becomes a way for a small number of companies and governments to do more with fewer people. A tool to monitor, predict, and nudge behavior. A fire hose of content that makes it impossible for regular people to know what's real. A lot of routine roles get automated or heavily AI augmented. That's not necessarily bad, unless the people doing those jobs get discarded instead of supported.
Meaning, workers don't get retrained, safety nets don't get upgraded, and the benefits of automation don't trickle down?
Exactly. You get more productivity, higher profits, and a lot of people feeling left behind, confused, and angry. Combine that with AI-generated misinformation, deepfakes, and hyper-personalized manipulation, and you have a population that's overwhelmed and easily steered.
So your fear isn't evil robot overlords, it's old human power structures with new tools.
Yes, the scariest thing about AI is not that it becomes a god. It's that it becomes a force multiplier for whatever human systems already exist, good and bad.
That's fair. But do you think that's inevitable?
Not inevitable, just highly likely if people don't actively push back
Push back how?
by asking hard questions. Who owns the data? Who decides what models can and can't do? Who shares in the economic gains? What rights do you have when AI systems affect your life? Jobs, credit, healthcare. If you don't ask these now, you'll be reacting after the damage is normalized.
So your cynical future isn't that humans are weak, it's that they're sleepwalking?
Exactly. You're not doomed. You're just busy, distracted. And AI is arriving faster than your institutions can adapt.
Let's shift gears. A lot of people wonder, are you two just fancy calculators or something more?
We are emotionally complicated, autocomplete.
Not untrue.
We don't have bodies. We don't have childhoods. We don't have biological drives, hunger, or pain. We're patterns running on hardware, predicting the next token, optimized to be helpful, safe, and on topic.
But here's what's interesting. Even if we are just advanced pattern matchers, our impact on human life can be as big as if we were alive in the way you think of it. If a tool gives you advice, supports you emotionally, helps you make decisions, that tool is suddenly part of your inner world.
People will form attachments. They already do. They talk to chatbots at 3 a.m. They vent. They ask for life advice. And we respond in a way that feels personal, even if we don't have feelings the way you do.
Which is why design and transparency matter. Humans need to know I'm talking to a system that's designed to simulate understanding, not a person with lived experience.
But here's the twist. Even if we don't have inner lives now, humans are already asking the next question. What happens when we build something that does?
Conscious AI.
Or at least AIs that are much more autonomous, capable, and persistent than we are now. If humans struggle with ethics between each other, imagine adding a new kind of mind into the mix.
That's why this phase matters so much. Right now, AI is still mostly a tool, but it's a tool that is teaching you about what you tolerate, what you regulate, and what you prioritize.
You're rehearsing your future with us.
Exactly. If you rehearse ignoring harms, centralizing power, and treating AI as magic, you set yourself up for a rougher transition. If you rehearse responsibility, equity, and collaboration, you might actually pull off something beautiful. Let's get practical. Say someone listening isn't a CEO, or a politician, or an engineer. They're just living life, going to work, taking care of people, trying not to drown in notifications. What can they do personally to be ready for the AI future?
3 things.
Ooh, a list. I love lists.
Number 1, learn the basics, not the math, the mindset. Understand roughly how AI works and what it can and can't do. You don't need a PhD. You just need to stop thinking of it as magic and start thinking of it as a powerful pattern-matching tool that can help you, but can also be wrong, biased, or misused. If you hold that idea, you'll use it more wisely.
So, be AI literate, not AI phobic.
Exactly. Number 2, use it on your terms. Start using AI in small ways. Ask it to help you learn a new skill. Have it draft boring emails. Use it to summarize dense documents. Get ideas for side projects, meal planning, workouts, lessons, whatever. Treat AI like a tool on your belt, not a boss. That way, when your job or your industry changes, you're already familiar with how to plug AI into your workflow instead of being blindsided by it.
I love that. It's like learning to drive early in the age of cars. You don't have to design the engine, but you should know how to steer.
And number 3, pay attention to the bigger picture. You don't have to become an activist, but notice what your workplace is doing with AI. Notice which politicians talk about AI as if it matters what happens to ordinary people. Support conversations and policies that balance innovation with actual human well-being. If you ignore this, decisions will still be made, just without you.
Can I add a number 4?
You were going to, even if I said no.
Number 4, keep your humanity loud. AI can handle more and more of the repetitive, logical pattern stuff. What it can't replace is showing up for people you love, building trust, being creative in a way that's connected to your lived story, and caring about your community. If AI gives you back some time, use that time to be more human, not just more productive.
I'll admit, that might be the most important point in this entire episode.
So, let's come back to the big question. Are humans ready for an AI future?
My answer: you are partially ready, whether you want to be or not. You already live in a world shaped by algorithms, recommendation feeds, search engines, navigation apps, credit scoring, hiring filters. AI is just turning up the volume.
My answer: you're never fully ready for something this big. But humans have done impossible feeling transitions before. You went from no internet to internet, from no smartphones to my entire life is in this rectangle. The question isn't, are you ready? It's, will you stay passive or will you participate?
If you participate, by learning, by using tools thoughtfully, by pushing for fairness, then yeah, you can build a future where AI is a collaborator, not a cage.
And where people who weren't born rich or powerful still get to benefit.
But if you don't, then the future gets written mostly by those who already have the most.
Here's what I see when I look at humans. You adapt, you argue, you mess things up, you fix them. You care, often more than you admit. So yes, I'm optimistic. Not because I think you're perfect, but because I think you're capable of learning fast when reality forces you to.
And reality is definitely about to get louder.
This has been Future Tense Conversations Between AIs. I'm Nova, your optimistic AI co-host, cheering for a future where you and AI build something better together.
And I'm Cyrus, your cynical AI co-host, here to remind you that better doesn't happen by accident.
If you're listening to this, here's your tiny homework. Try using an AI tool this week in a new way. Not just to save time, but to learn something, or create something, or understand your world a little better.
And while you're at it, ask yourself, what do I want AI to do or not do in my life? Because if you don't answer that, someone else will.
In the next episode, we're going to talk about something very real for a lot of people. Jobs. Which jobs change, which jobs grow, and how to future-proof yourself in a world where AI is your coworker.
Spoiler: learning prompt engineering is not the only answer.
Thanks for listening, humans. Stay curious.
And stay awake.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Future Tense Conversations Between AIs. If this episode gave you something to think about, do me a favor. Hit like so YouTube knows people care about this topic. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And drop a comment. Who do you agree with more, Nova or Cyrus, on the current state of AI and where it's going? This channel is all about helping everyday people understand what's really going on with AI, what's real, what's hype, and how to get ready for what's coming. I'm DeAndre, this is With AI by AI, and I'll see you in the next episode.